One of the many controversies surrounding Tekken 8 right now is whether or not we should allow mid-set coaching in tournaments. There are a lot of strong opinions on both sides from both competitive and casual players. Common arguments are that it ruins the viewer experience when the match is stalled for a long time for coaching. Competitive players argue that it allows the highest level of gameplay, which is more entertaining to the spectators. But there are also competitive players who are against coaching. What I have for you today in this Esports World Cup recap are a bunch of matches, but two of these matches in particular kind of show, in my mind, the benefit of a no coaching format. In the Esports World Cup, coaching wasn't allowed. And you've heard stories probably of some big comebacks or some big sweeps, no spoilers, where a lack of coaching kind of allowed the players to either mount these comebacks or steamroll their opponents. I want to show you a match here, just kind of a sample of that, where one player got completely downloaded and eventually in the run back dominated his opponent back. So I'll point that out when we get to it. But first, let me show you a tweet real quick. This is from Yagami. He was at the Esports World Cup. He says, I hope coaching will be banned for the Tekken World Tour. Fighting games are meant to test who can execute and quickly adapt best while under pressure. Having someone looking calmly from the outside come up and give the adaptations mid-set is cheating and invalidates a big part of competitive FGs. Another argument I saw, I'll cover this more in depth when we get to the really huge matches where coaching was kind of a big factor. But another argument is that if you listed Tekken as a 2v2 game with a coach and a player, it would be more fair. But the idea that a player is being tested on execution, adaptation, and observation, well, probably in a different order, right? Execution, observation, and adaptation, adding a second party who is able to remove themselves and just use their eyes is kind of like having a sniper and a spotter, you know? Obviously, it is a test of skill, and it's on the player to execute what is being coached, but I think it's a different test than a straight 1v1. Let me know what you think in the comments, but let's talk about the matches. So again, this is episode 5 of the Esports World Cup recap, where we try to cover as many of the matches as much as possible. We're still in phase 1. I'm sorry I've been slow. There's been a lot of Street Fighter from the Sajam Slam. There's been a lot of traveling and stuff. It's been hard to get these recaps out, but we're going to get into that today. Today, we are looking at groups FF and GG. Luckily, I remember my alphabets, so I didn't have to put my glasses on to read that. We have CBM, Jodd, Lowhigh, Bilal. That's Group F. And then Group G has Sephiblack, Raef, Chanel, and Double. Lots of Tekken to talk about. There's concepts below in these notes that I've talked about in previous videos, but it's basically kind of the idea of what Tekken 8 is testing you on, right? If we're talking about coaching and testing still. The offense in this game is so strong. You cannot rely on pure defense and kind of statistic defense. You have to play this PvP of what is my opponent doing? How do I counter that? Running your own game plan at the same time is also important to really kind of control them. So as an attacker, you're making reads on your opponent's defense while you're trying to hit them. And as a defender, you're trying to see what options your opponent prefers, where is the risk reward that you can play to make good defensive plays, and try and take control back. That's kind of how Tekken 8 is shaping up to be as a competitive esport. And we'll talk about that in these sets. And again, when the coaching matches are the matches where no coaching, the matches where coaching would have made a big difference, I'll be sure to point that out. Let's get into the sets. So the first bracket, CBM versus Lowhigh, and then Jodd versus Bilal. So a lot of these players have played each other before, which kind of makes it exciting because the set kind of continues. It's never like we played a while ago and then everybody forgets the reads. No, people keep track of the reads they've been making against different players. Again, we're not going to go through every single match in the first two. I want to give you the kind of the highlights and try to get through the matches as quickly as possible. So getting into game 1, Lowhigh kind of dominates the small Tekken game and makes great reads when CBM wants to retaliate, kind of again, reading your opponent's defensive patterns. So he's just moving up, quick pokes with Dragunov while sending 1-2. He's blocking all the big moves from Jin, finding a nice counter hit jab there, and down for 1. He's just chipping away at CBM. Heat burst, armors through that option, 1-2-1 heat dash, 2-1, and bam, just blows him up very, very quickly. And the same thing happens in this next round. After Dragunov goes into heat, counter hit down 2. He goes for an unsafe move, but it doesn't cost him too much. CBM pops his heat. Nice sidestep back for 3. So really nice quick reads on when CBM wants to take the momentum back, and Lowhigh is just looking so dominant. Now, when we get to game 2, Lowhigh wins game 1. He starts getting a little riskier, right? Maybe he assumes CBM will play a bit less safe or be a bit more stun locked, I guess. And he starts going for these big mix-ups. Right, so he starts doing big launch punishable lows, and CBM actually finds great reads on these. Nice sidestep on the Demon Paw there. And so far, Lowhigh's looking just like normal. Spacing out a bit, respecting Jin's giant buttons like the Heat Smash, the Demon Paw, the Electric. Heat Smash is gone. Now Lowhigh can kind of play the game again. Running 2. Oh, throw is sidestepped, and CBM misses the throw break. Lowhigh not forcing the kill here. He's really respecting that Jin kind of can blow you up for any reason with a sidestep electric or a hop kick, and he flash ducks underneath Jin's string. That was really sick. Really, really sick stuff. Let me make sure. Yeah, we're in the right video. While standing 1-3 punish. And like I said, Lowhigh is going to start leaning into these big lows that kind of cost him a lot. And I'm of the opinion that, obviously, you have to go for your offense and make the adjustments necessary. But I don't think it was entirely important for him to force that. Here, CBM is getting better at poking back with Jin's back 2-1 and the down 4. And maybe that's why Lowhigh felt like he needed to get a bit more damage here. But you can see there, big counter hit back 4-3 kind of changes the pace of everything. CBM again misses or inputs a throw break from out of range. 1-2. Rage art attempted by CBM. I kind of like that. Lowhigh's been kind of running him over. It makes sense to apply like a big read like that. Go for like a, okay, like, are you really going to calm down when you need to? Big slide block. There's the first big low that we're talking about. Again, maybe because of that rage art, Lowhigh was expecting CBM to panic a little more, right? While standing 2, nice block on the hell sweep from Jin. Now, I think when it comes to the decision to break the wall here, you opening up the stage for Jin to kind of move around more from range and play his big buttons doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But by the same token, giving Jin a Heat Smash target, right? Because Jin's Heat Smash will wall splat from far away. It will blow up the wall and extend his combo. Maybe it is to Dragunov's advantage to break the wall. Either way, Lowhigh decided not to. And big low is blocked again. So, Lowhigh is punished twice for a big low. Jin got a lot of damage off of like a heat dash combo. Again, ducking under their high strength. So Lowhigh making these kind of aggressive reads to try to keep CBM on his toes. Right? Because Lowhigh was winning with this very solid Tekken. Like just down forward ones, low pokes like jabs. And CBM was dying to that. So perhaps Lowhigh was adjusting his read a little too early. Right? Do you ever like start beating your opponent up and then you decide you're going to do something different and it just never works? I think that's what happened to Lowhigh here. Like, how did he lose so much damage here? This Heat Smash did, Heat Smash did a ton of chip. And then a crucial duck again on this string. Right, a risk he didn't necessarily need to take. Doesn't get a lot off of it. So going into the final round here, Lowhigh really just needs to tighten up. He's taking all these big risks. He lost 2 rounds because of it. Jin earns a lot of HP off of small punishes. So maybe it's time to just dial it back and play the style that won him game 1 3-0. Yep, like see, small pokes. Lowhigh's adjusted. Very, very nice. Nice block and punish. Big low, he attempted again. This time, I guess he doubled down. Nice block. That was like a reaction. Look at how last second he blocks this down back 4, right? He blocks it at like the last possible frame. I believe that was a reaction. That was a really good block too. All the lows getting blocked, yeah. Throw attempted. It's good to attempt throws. Even at high level where people break throws a lot, it adds a lot to the mental stack. And you can catch somebody whose focus is slipping. Yep, and a simple down forward 4 poke wins Lowhigh 2-0 over CBM. CBM got second at the last Tekken World Tour, and he's no slouch, so that's a really, really nice win. Next, we have Bilal versus Jodd, and Jodd's small Tekken. Bryan is known for having kind of weak pokes, and Nina is the poke master. And that really comes into play in game 1. Jodd's small Tekken is so dominant that even with Bryan's counter hit damage, Nina just kind of smothers him. Nice throw by Bilal there. Back 2-2-2 mash. This is important. This is an important read to pay attention to. Bryan does down forward 2. There's an extension that most people respect because they don't want to get counter hit launched. Jodd is a string disrespecter. So he mashes back 2-2-2, counter hit, all guaranteed. All guaranteed. Now, so remember that read, okay? Going into round 2, Jodd has this heat burst combo. All right, down 3, back 2-2-2, disrespecting the string again. All right, one more time. Down 3, there's a string extension. Bilal is expecting Jodd to kind of chill out, so he plays a slower move. Jodd does not care. Jodd does not care. Okay, so Lastly, this is all game one. This is important for the reads that come later. Jodd is completely in control here, threatening these counter hit strings. Forward 2. Long range counter hit string, and it pays off when he just decides to finish it. Jodd has this mix of oppressive poking and not being afraid to throw out Nina's full strings because the reward is so high. And once you hesitate against him, then he gets a lot of mileage in poking you down. Right, threatening. You could see here Bilal was ducking because this string has a low extension, right? So Bilal does a fuzzy duck to cover the low. Jodd doesn't rip it and instead just keeps attacking with that mental frame advantage. If you're curious about mental frame advantage, I have a total like guide on plus frames and frame traps, and that will explain that. I'll link it below. So going into game 2, Jodd is dominating with small Tekken. He's disrespecting Bryan's strings. So how does Bilal adapt? He sprinkles in his own small Tekken 1-4 single jab to try and just slow Jodd down, right? I'll play most of this game out now that you saw the key reads from before. Look at this, 1-2, down forward 2, and when Jodd does hesitate, he plays the big Bryan moves, the back 1, down forward 1. 3+4. But that 1-2-1, look at all these small moves hitting. He's won so much of Jodd's HP, all permanent damage, with pokes. Tried to finish the string, no luck. And look, now Jodd is smothering him. Look at this. This is the classic Nina versus Bryan experience, right? Remember this lead Bilal had 2 seconds ago? Jodd gets it all back, not with the combo, but with tons of little strings, half HP. Down to a third. Tons of strings, just cancels and cancels. This is probably what most people feel like fighting against Nina. But for Bryan, it's especially difficult because his small Tekken is traditionally hard to compete with. But what we're going to see is how Bilal manages that. Taunt 4-3 off the heat dash. For once, Jodd respects the frame situation and gets blown up for it. Orbital on Jodd's approach. Right, Jodd won the first game in a very similar fashion, or first round in a similar fashion to the game before. Taunt back 4 into jet upper. And now Bilal's finding great opportunities. Because he slowed down Jodd a little bit, he was able to get that initial launcher. Okay, gets floated out. Yep. Nice nice block. Okay, punish. Jodd does not break the throw. Oh, and look, a little adaptation here. Remember how Bilal was losing to back 2-2-2? He does the down forward 2 and then goes low to go underneath Nina's slaps, the back 2-2-2. So he's already paying attention to that 1-2-1, all guaranteed on counter hit. Small Tekken paying off. 1-2-1. So even though Bryan's small Tekken isn't amazing, Bilal is finding places to sprinkle it in and increase like Jodd's anxiety. First, he's going to slow him down. Jodd's going to start worrying about it. Then the counter hits will start hitting. Spacing out a bit so he doesn't have to fight Nina's poke offense. 1-2-1. Again, that small Tekken from Bryan. Nice, and this is a read that actually happened in the first game. I didn't show it, but here he does down back 3. Jodd, again, a situation disrespecter. So he mashes, and Bryan hits this really fast counter hit while standing 3. That move is very common from Bryan. If you put a Bryan in crouch, be aware of that move. I still die to it all the time. Oh, he gave up the damage to try and find a taunt situation. Rips the string from range 4. And the heat smash kills Jodd. Did Jodd do a get-up attack? No, he was just ducking while waking up. So Bilal was getting smothered in game 1, suddenly wakes up with small Tekken to shut down Jodd. So as we go into game 3, this is where you see both styles clash at full speed. So Jodd recognizes he needs to smother Bilal. Bilal needs to slow him down and then find counter hits. It's a beautiful game 3 for adaptation of both players. This isn't the coaching match I was talking about, but this is kind of a cool display of the players adapting to each other. Bilal rips a huge launch punishable, or sorry, Jodd rips a huge launch punishable move. Bilal misses the punish, just barely. 1-2-1, again, small Tekken. And then this counter hit hits. Why does this counter hit? Because Jodd is tired of getting interrupted. So he tries to put out a hitbox to try and control Bryan, and then Bryan rips the giant counter hit move. You see Jodd has a round already. He won this first round again with that small Tekken style. Big slide. Oh, Jodd attempts a big read here with the evasive sidestep move to try and catch Bilal mashing. Bilal just blocks calmly and then finishes a full string that Jodd mashes into and dies. 1-1. These are first to 2s. Single jab, hatchet kick, right? Bryan is earning a lot of damage because he's getting Jodd to hesitate. Single jab, And then Jodd is tired of mashing because the frame advantage is too bad. Let's jump to the next round. After Jodd gets this big heat engage, look at this Nina gameplay. Huge chip damage, and then huge chip damage again, and then he's just going to get poked down. Plus frames. Nice throw break this time. Nina finds her way in, sidestep on the jet upper, and then small pokes. Small pokes. Just going mid, not risking a low parry or an orbital until he's confident it's going to hit. So, super, super cool collected gameplay from Jodd that looks so hard to break. But Jodd's speed is going to get to him. He gets a little antsy to contain Bryan. Nice sidestep move, picks up. He has the lead now. Now, all he has to do is continue to oppress Bilal once he gets the opening. But like I mentioned, he gets a little antsy. Slide, back 2-2, and he gets counter hit here? When you are put in ballerina spin, this is usually a universal sign for you're so minus, you've got a block. But Jodd hits a power crush and gets frame trapped. Power crush is one of the fastest options outside of a parry. It comes out on frame 7. So to get counter hit out of this, Bryan had to be like plus 20 something, I believe. Like, it was an insane amount of disadvantage, and Jodd was caught mashing. I still can't believe that he mashed there. If he calmed down a little bit, blocked the next situation, he could have started his offense again. But now Bilal is starting to run him over. No throw break again, and that gives Bilal the round. So, the move that Bryan hit with was plus 13, right? So the 3+4 that he did after, I'll just explain the frame situation here for a little bit. What happened here that got him killed? This situation, right? So Nina gets hit with this spin move. She's minus 13. Bryan is plus 13. The 3+4 that comes after is 18 frames. So there's a 5-frame window, and the power crush being frame 7 is not in time, and that's what gets him killed. And when you're fighting against Bryan, you cannot give him these opportunities. It's hard because you have to beat him up and smother him, but you're always risking these big counter hits. And it's important to really stay on top of reining in that desire to just beat him up over and over and over again, because now the score is even. Bilal rips a full string. Uh-oh, gets counter hit by the sidestep slide. Jodd, a great user of Nina's sidestep right. Counter hit down back 2. Both players start to get a little anxious, right? Wanting to force the small Tekken to control each other, to get them to stop mashing. Oh, and Bilal calls out the sidestep beautifully. I'll point out that situation, but look at this combo. Big wall carry. The wall is now in play, even on this pseudo-infinite stage. Heat smash. Bilal gets clipped. While standing 3, no whiff punish. Jumped over Nina's low. It's a last hit situation. Ow! Tip range down 3+4. Look at this situation here. So again, Jodd finds a huge opening. Misses the punish here because the pushback was a bit weird. He's got a huge damage lead. Right here. Look at this. 1-2. Down forward 1. Jodd is trying to sidestep a quick poke from Bryan. But Bryan does a slow forward 3. And because the move is so slow, his hitbox doesn't come out until Nina is already close enough to get hit, right? The sidestep is evasive, but once Nina puts out the attack, your hurtbox like expands, right? It's easier to get counter hit. So because Bryan picked a slower move, it caught the sidestep right attack, right? If Nina just did attack, it would have beaten the slow move, right? It's kind of some basic Tekken engine understanding to understand. And unfortunately, after jumping over this low, this is I can't even believe this killed, right? This looks like Bryan's 3+4, a mid. So Jodd is standing and gets hit low, and that does a chunk of damage. But in a close set, Bilal wins 2-1, adapting against Jodd's fast tempo poking in a very, very impressive way. So that was a lot. Remember, based on the bracket, that the first match was CBM versus Lowhigh, and then it was Jodd versus Bilal. So now we are going to have the qualifying match, Bilal versus Lowhigh. Now, these two styles are fascinating because Lowhigh is kind of a pretty solid player. I think that's pretty fair to say. He likes to play solidly, and Bilal, being from Pakistan, will play in ways that you would be confused by people analyzing standard risk reward. They're more interested in making the read that kills you or overwhelming you and being as unpredictable as possible, then focusing on being hyper solid. So Lowhigh starts the match by frame trapping off the mash right here, right? Shaheen's down 3 into stance, into the 1, counter hits Bryan, guaranteed heat engage. Right, and then he finishes this round with his classic Lowhigh defensive reads. Beautiful block on the hatchet kick, and then a block on the spring kick. But Bilal, again, not wanting to be predictable, is going to quadruple down on that low. What do I mean? You will see. Some small pokes again. Bilal resisting the Shaheen natural launchers on his movement. 1-2-1 to gain some control back, right? We saw that in the last set. All right, 3+4. He sees he stand block. Hatchet kick. Hatchet kick. You block it again. 4 in a row. Playing the mental game if you won't block the next one, and he doesn't get carried away. Bilal doesn't get carried away, doesn't force the 5th one, just tries to see what Lowhigh will do next. Lowhigh cracks and rage arts. The story Bilal told was that he is crazy. But he only was crazy for like 2 seconds. Now he's crazy again, doing the full counter hit string that could have been ducked and launched, but Lowhigh didn't expect it. And now, with this kind of overwhelming, like, what is he doing gameplay, Bilal earns a lot of time to do whatever he wants. After this combo, this gameplay is because Lowhigh is like, what in the world is this guy doing? Taunt, cancel, taunt, hatchet kick again, right? In any other game, you'll just get mashed on and killed, right? Shaheen has fast buttons, he has a down forward 2, he has the hop kick, there's the down forward 2. But by being so unpredictable, he's earning these like free attempts at damage, and he's constantly changing up how someone might predict his gameplay. Lowhigh gets spring kicked again after dying for it before. Bilal does it again. So Lowhigh tries to stay solid, but Bilal suddenly will tighten up in ways that he doesn't expect. So here, wow, big Q. Look at how far this quarter circle back 2 hit from. They're here. Would you? Pop quiz. Do you think Shaheen can get hit from this range? Look at that. Yes, he ran in, but by the time Bilal decided to do the move, they were so far apart. He was like, yeah, it's time right here. Fascinating play. Cancels the spin. Small whiff punish there. Down 2. Sidestep. Nice sidestep from Lowhigh, keeping it very, very solid. Converting into a combo. No health to heal, unfortunately. Down 4. Full string. Nope, just first 3 hits, and wow. Sidestep down 4-2 again. That was great composure from Lowhigh. Oh, he messed up the while standing 3, runs up and decides, I don't care, I'm still locked in. Heat smash whiff punish on the toe kick. Bilal loving the get up kick options. Will he slow down on that? Lowhigh playing some forward dashes, trying to take space. Staying in Bryan's face, threatens your small pokes so he can't get away with his giant moves. Uh-oh, counter hit again. Ooh, no taunt attempt. Finishes the whole string. Bilal stays calm. Does not swing into it. Bilal plays like he's desperate on offense, but plays the defense surprisingly calm. Back 1. Ooh, throw his sidestep. Nice block on the string. Okay, he's getting mixed. The 1-2-1 to fight back and take back his turn. What a whiff punish. Bilal has this way of playing insane on offense, but surprisingly calm on defense. 1-2-1, down forward 1, and a simple backdash jet upper. Reaction whiff punish. That was so solid. That was so solid. So Lowhigh, in a fascinating change of events, switches to Steve. Now, I'm going to let this whole match play out because we don't see a lot of Pro Steve gameplay. I struggle to see, in the past, Steve has been really strong against Bryan. But I struggle to see how Steve wins this matchup in this game, right? Notice this quick blow up, back 1, right? Steve, even if he lands his counter hit back 1, doesn't get the same damage or situation that Bryan gets after, right? Steve is the counter hit character in principle, but his threats that, like, lead to the counter hits aren't as scary, right? Bryan has the big hatchet kick low. He does have some decent small Tekken, but Steve doesn't really have the low to complement this gameplay. And because this game has kind of nerfed defensive movement outside of sidesteps, like, look at this low from Steve. This low from Steve is his most, like, powerful ranged low. It doesn't do that much damage, and it's launch punishable. Beautiful duck from Bilal. Sorry, I'm rewinding a lot, but I want to highlight these situations, right? Back 1, Bilal reads it right? Steve doesn't have the same counter hit mid capability that Bryan does. And the mids kind of are a big deal because you can duck a lot against Steve and kind of get away with it unless he rips a lot of the rocket launcher. Nice Sonic Fang punish. Forward dashing. Now Lowhigh's playing strings. I like that. I think Steve has to play more strings than he used to. Nice duck into while standing 1-2. Attempts the Swindler. Heat smash. Goes for the mid. I like that. Only minus 13. Wow. QCB1 from Bryan. He's winning a lot of damage back in just one big hit. Again. And heat smash. And Lowhigh is down 2 rounds. Qualification point for Bilal. And it feels like Steve can't stick to Bryan or find any like damage that really feels threatening. Look at all these fuzzy ducks. He's not teabagging. He's going under multiple back 1 attempts from Lowhigh or 1-2-1s. Lowhigh not biting, just breaking the throw. There it is, the rocket launcher. Running 2. But then what? Okay. 1-2-1 counter hit. Good block on the back 1. Sidestep right on the throw. Heat smash. What are we going to get next? Mid. Safe. Homing. QCB1 or QCF1 underneath again.
Yeah, that's unfortunate there because, you know, he had to go in, had to control the offense, but Bilal
and like Steve can't overthink the duck. He has to keep playing the game, but look at the damage Bryan gets. It just doesn't feel good. Blocking, nice. Sidestep, getting the wall position back. Rocket launcher, conversion. Does he break the floor? No, he's going to keep it because Steve loves walls. He gets the big wall combo. He gets to threaten a lot of mid-low mix-ups that he doesn't get in the open. This is really good. Sidestep right. Small movements from Lowhigh. Back 2 underneath the jab. Huge damage. That's kind of like his counter hit mid. It's unsafe, but that's one of his best options. This heat smash breaks the floor. What combo do we get? Up back 2. Nice. Tons of damage. Wake up situation. Down forward 1. Keeping it solid. A perfect to win back the round, and suddenly Lowhigh might be in it again. Nice fuzzy duck from Bilal. Down forward 1 from Lowhigh, trying to count for the duck while standing 1-2. Uh-oh, there's the big ballerina spin. You saw Jodd mash there last time. Lowhigh's blocking. QCB1. Uh-oh. That move is so hard to get around. That's a really, really strong option for Bryan. Oh, hatchet kick. Wow. The damage got away from him. 1-2. Down forward 2. Lowhigh tries to read a low. And Bryan runs over Steve in how you would expect Steve to run over Bryan. Big low, and then look. Heat smash. Strings. 1-2. Down forward 2. Down forward 2. Just poking. Just small pokes. An incredible win from Bilal to qualify into the next phase. And Lowhigh in the loser side still has a chance. This is the bracket so far. So we'll have the first elimination match now for Group F. CBM versus Jodd. You'll remember that CBM kind of got ran over by Lowhigh. And it was to the small Tekken. Jodd is the small Tekken character, right? Or playing Nina, right? And his small Tekken looks really powerful. This set, I'll be jumping around a lot because there's so many games. These guys have played before, and all 3 games are tons of small Tekken reads back and forth, and also tons of nukes back and forth, right? So the match comes down to some key reads. There's a nice sidestep right from Nina here. But there's kind of some key factors from CBM's play that really shine. Like, look at this offense. And he goes for the unsafe punch parry. That was pretty sick. Now he tries to run away with the dive kick, or run away and start some pressure with the dive kick, but nothing sticks, right? After the dive kick, Jodd plays it cool, not mashing into the situation. Little sidestep around Jin's pokes. Back 2 doesn't rip it. Down forward 1, and then CBM whiffs a hop kick. Right, but what is a big deal is CBM starts finding Jin's gigantic nukes. And it doesn't take many hits for Jin to get a lot of reward, right? Electric, dive kick, get chip damage and pressure. Heat smash, right? This is all it takes. And remember, the wall explodes and it wall splats from forever, or from far away. It's doomed as soon as you get hit by Jin. Here's even a second heat smash. Like, look, the CBM is 2-1. The health bar is kind of in Jodd's favor until that low hits. For some reason, he gets a counter hit throw here. And then heat smash just to end the game. Like, look at this range that he does it from, right? At this range, Nina can't poke immediately. She has to get into range first. So if Jodd does anything except block, she tried to poke and got blown up, right? So CBM finding the key hits when it matters, even though Jodd is getting really advantageous positions. Like, look at this position. Huge health lead. And when this happens, CBM is not afraid to go for some robbery, okay? And this is kind of important to note. 2-4. Look at this. Off of the heat burst, +1, right? Jin goes for 2-4 right away to catch like a lazy sidestep or a slow button, and it would possibly wall splat. You're going to see that again. Heat smash, big wall crush, dive kick, +2, and then just tries to 2-4 again just to get the wall splat to rob him. It doesn't work. So what does he do? Raw back 1-2 counter hit to wall splat. Right? Just consistently testing Jodd, like, are you going to play to control me, or are you going to try and kill me in a greedy way? And unfortunately, Jodd got a little greedy here. Right? Goes for the low. He has advantage, and then he dashes in. He dashes in, and that is what leads to his death. And then CBM makes a really good play here with the dash electric to catch the sidestep armor move. If he were a bit slower, the armor would have gotten through it, but he was so decisive on that decision. And that was really, really sick. And then Jodd has these moments, kind of like in not just the first game, but in every game he's played, where his defense, combo optimization, and small Tekken are so good at containing the opponent. It's 1-1 in game 2. CBM's up a game. And look at how he puts this win together. Duck, crouch, cancel. I don't know the name of that launcher, but it's really good. Down by 3+4. Combo optimization coming in. Right. And now, how does he finish this? Because the wall's right there. We know CBM will try to rob him. No punish from CBM. Small pokes. Nice block. Small poke again. Small poke. Down forward 1. Right? It just looks so difficult to beat him when he's super locked in. CBM takes a round back here, and now it's final round, elimination point, and Jodd once again locks into this tight style that just looks so unbeatable. Nice block. Half HP. Open jump, probably a sidestep attempt. CBM tries to rob him again, and Jodd is just blocking. He's not biting. Back sway, throw setup. Oh, he's dead. Right? Like, small Tekken, defend when you need to, finish him off. Pause. So this is incredible gameplay. I really enjoyed watching this set in its entirety. If you are a Nina or Jin player, I recommend watching the entire thing. Once again, super small, tight gameplay. Not forcing, not overextending. Blocking the electric, tries the down 4. Nice duck on the second hit of the string. So this is final round. And when you see the result of this game, my takeaway is it's hard to fault any player for a particular strategy winning or losing. You see them constantly making these reads back and forth, right? Sidestep launch. But CBM stays very poised here. Small pokes. Keeping it very cool. Sidestep the heat smash into, or heat burst into can. And this combo is devastating. Sidestep to adjust for the wall. Flip over. Okazemi. Good block by Jodd, and that does a ton of damage. It's not over, but that... Another heat smash. CBM has found the magic range where he will get Nina to run in to try to attack him. Like 2.5 backdashes away. And by throwing it out here, Nina has to walk forward or put out a long range button. And the numbers are just in Jin's favor there. The CBM, as Rip says, stays in the tournament. Jodd is eliminated. And again, great gameplay from both sides, but just a slight edge from CBM. All right, so now this match is the second qualifying match. Winner here goes on to the next phase. Loser is eliminated. CBM versus Lowhigh, the run back. You'll remember that CBM got completely run over, and Lowhigh was looking so solid. He played a few risky lows, but ended up keeping it together. Look at what happens here. CBM, off the win against Jodd, suddenly looks extremely confident. Visibly more confident. Big electric whiff punish. He's varying his timings. He's not super predictable. Big dive kick just in the neutral, right? He's out of the range of Dragunov's small Tekken. Might as well play Jin's big Tekken. Nice sidestep from Lowhigh. That was really, really good. Excuse me, that was a weird sound when I tried to sip from the straw. 1-2-1 counter hit. Right? Dragunov's in heat. This is a reasonably scary position, but CBM's confidently doing electrics, doing heat smashes, peppering him with small pokes, and down 4. Down 4. His timing is getting a lot less predictable, right? Remember, Lowhigh was finding nice sidesteps when CBM wanted to retaliate. Now CBM is looking very different. Really good form. Nice dash block. 2-1 is such a good string from Jin. If you're a Jin player, abuse that move. It's good because the extension counter hit knocks down, so you can check if your opponent's respecting you or not, right? 2-1-4, or just 2-1 and then play your offense. Big electric, ran up from downtown to hit that electric. Yep, put a last hit situation out with that heat dash. And now 2-0, looking so different from when he first fought Lowhigh. But Lowhigh's still very confident, forward dashing into a down 2, right? Keeping it very cool. Nice, small Tekken back and forth and a small whiff punish with the 2-4. Big counter hit from Dragunov. Back 2-1. CBM remembers that the back 2-1 was working really well. Wow, disrespect 1+2, no float into the wall. I don't even know if that works. Maybe it does in certain angles. Nice duck from Lowhigh, wow. Peeled him off the wall to get this disgusting combo. Oh, it's not enough to kill. That would have been incredible. That would have been incredible if he got that. CBM turns it up and another electric. 2 in a row. 3-0. Very, very impressive. So, CBM has seemingly found a window to just dominate. Right, small Tekken again from Lowhigh, 2-1. And that's maybe a big difference. CBM throwing a lot more 2-1 and down 4 just to kind of fight back. He found the big electrics to make Lowhigh hesitate a little more. Nice. Oh, this is a common issue with levers, lever input methods. He ducks and tries to wall rising too, but if you accidentally input back, the game will sometimes give you quarter circle back 2, and that's Dragunov's backsway. So that used to not happen in Tekken 7 or any game before that, but in Tekken 8 they changed like the leniency of quarter circles, and they allow you to do quarter circles from crouch, and that's part of the reason why that's an issue now. You'll notice that in the player cam, Lowhigh is a bit like, I can't believe that happened to me, man. Like he tweeted about this when the game first came out, and that's very frustrating. So CBM ends up going 2-2. Lowhigh starts to bring it back. But you'll notice again, CBM's small Tekken, his sidesteps are very confident. This down forward 4 hits in the open. Running 2 from Dragunov. Down 4, so confident. Sidestep electric. He's got heat. This is going to be a nasty combo. Oh, he converts it with the Demon Paw. Wow! I've never seen that combo. That was cool. Jin is stupid. And Lowhigh unfortunately eliminated from the tournament with Jodd, Bilal, and CBM advancing, and that is Group F. Now, Group G is where things get real exciting. So, these players represent kind of a very dominant set of players that usually don't headline a lot of like the super majors, right? You'll see Sephiblack, Chanel, Raef, and Double. You'll see them put out amazing matches. But you don't often hear people talking about them for the EVOs, the CEOs, the combo breakers. And it's a bit tough because these players are extremely strong. And I want to kind of show that to you in these sets. So the first match, Sephiblack versus Chanel. There's not too much to talk about here. Chanel goes up game 1, and this is no disrespect to either player, but the match really felt like witnessing the gap in the character strength, right? Like big counter hit 4 from Alisa here, unblockable high mix up. Unblockable high is part of her chainsaw mix up. So like not only does Alisa have the poking power and the movement of Shaheen, which are kind of his strengths, she also has these gigantic buttons and strong mix-ups. So look at how hard in the rest of the set that Alisa just hits. Even though Shaheen has slide, he has his power mids and down forward 2 and hop kick, Alisa just really blows him up. Right? Running 2, but Alisa doesn't care. Power crush. And now it's chainsaw time. Did you see that? Look at the damage. Incredible movement. So hard to lock her down. Rips the string that's only -10. While rising 2 out of nowhere. Big chainsaw low. And now it's 1 poke away. Right? Alisa makes it hard to lock her down. And she kind of steamrolls you. But you know, Sephiblack still finding an opportunity with the run-up heat smash. That was really, really sick. So it's weird because Shaheen can kind of steamroll, but it's more of a heat situation. Alisa will do it whether or not she's in heat, right? The chainsaw stance, the power crush, evasion. Nice slide out of crouch from Sephiblack. So hard to hit Alisa. Down 4, like small pokes, but look at this, just out of nowhere. Big up forward 2.
this kind of scenario.
A heat dash is lethal here from Alisa. There it is. That string is extremely powerful for being only -10 and being a heat dash launcher. Tough game. So Sephiblack goes into losers. Chanel playing an extremely solid Alisa. Now, Raef versus Double was one of the most exciting matches for me because, excuse me, these two players are two of the fastest, like, read-based players who are not afraid to use unconventional strings or mash at unconventional times. Now, the problem is Raef gets a little carried away. When Double is in the mood to play kind of like checky and solid, it gets Raef killed a lot. So this electric is really, really good. Sorry, I'm drinking water. I'm falling behind on my water intake.
This is what I'm talking about. The 2-1, back 2-1, couple of low pokes.
Oh yeah, so sorry. I said it in reverse order. Raef playing small pokes and kind of piecing apart Double. And in an interview after this tournament, or after this group, Double said that he felt like Raef had thoroughly researched him, right? Thoroughly researched, and it felt like he could not get his offense started. Despite that, it's really cool to watch how Double succeeds so much. He's at half HP. Nice. Double doesn't do the whole punish. He just does the first hit and then goes for a counter hit launcher. And remember, when Raef is super confident, he'll keep flow stating. Double checks that here with his slow counter hit launcher, gets way more reward than just the initial punish. And as soon as Raef calms down a bit, Double is confident switching to the mix-up style, right? So we got two big counter hits to win this round, right? The key counter here, also off the sidestep low. This was really important. Oh, sorry, and the 1-1-1, by the way. I bet if he heat dashed it, it would have killed right away. But in any case, as soon as Raef decides to calm down here, Double switches to like a mix-up style, right? If your opponent's just blocking, you mix them up. If they're mashing, you counter hit them, right? Very basic Tekken, obviously hard to do in practice, but that's just the basic concept. Right, now Double calms down. Slide. Actually, it was an armor move, but you know. Slide again, catching and blocking. And then mid, right? Like he turns up when he needs to. He slows down when his opponent gets a little crazy. You know, it's a Bruce Lee thing. When your opponent expands, you contract. When your opponent contracts, you expand. Now, Raef tightens up, sticks to really small Tekken, calls out the slides, while also maintaining his trademark speed and wild gameplay. You saw some 2-1s at the start of the round. That's textbook, like, small Jin Tekken. And here's his dive kick pressure. Raef loves mixing up the dive kick, like the mid, and the dive kick high, because the high does tons of chip and wall crushes for frame advantage. The mid, obviously, is a mid, so you can't duck it. Down 2, and look at all of this damage. Raef played it cool until he got the combo, and then explodes. And it's so hard for Double to find kind of a window to interact. Wow, hell sweep from the back sway stance. I think it's like Zen stance. I don't know which is Zen and which is the other stance. Like, one of them's forward, one of them's backwards. Dive kick hits again. Up, evasive move around Double's throw. Sidestep gets counter hit by the 1-1-1. Double finishing the string was really nice there because Raef was doing sidestep attack. Sidestep attack, losing to slower buttons and strings. Big stomp!
Wow, how did he get up from the downboard floor?
Oh my goodness, Raef fighting back. Heat dash. Electric. Electric. Nope, that was a windy. Punish. Uh-oh. Low pair. Incredible read. And this is Raef's, the dominance of Raef. So confident in his reads. Yeah, this rage art kills. Let's go to the next game. So confident in his reads. To play that low parry was so sick. Look at that. Look one more time. He plays a demon paw. Oh no, he plays a dive kick at +2, which gives Double the incentive to mash back, because +2 isn't a huge advantage, but it's just enough to down jab any kind of slower offense from Jin. That was a really, really sick read. So now, at this point, Raef is just locked in. He just steamrolls Double with some patient defense to get his opportunity, and then tons of string mental stack, right? He just starts playing Jin's move list. And Double cannot find a window to attack. Down forward 1. Then he finishes the 2-1-4 and counter hit wall splat. He dashed it. No. Oh, he didn't even need it. He did not even need it.
Yeah, they're fighting it out. This is a good set so far.
Really close set.
Right. Bit of defense, keeping it cool. Just blocking, and sidestep hopping. Raef learned his lesson from trying to mash too soon in game 1, and that was a beautifully played sidestep. Another example of active defense. Down forward 144 on delay. Double tried to duck the string and died for it. Heat smash, or heat burst. Heat smash. Jeez, I'm losing my mind. That wall splats. That wall splats and kills. Double tried to sidestep here, and this homing 13 frame high catches the sidestep and lands him a wall splat. It was a counter hit. Double did sidestep attack. That was really, really sick. So Raef doing a great job of pressuring with these strings and then keeping Double's response in check. Double does find a nice counter hit nunchuck here. Nunchuck is 1+2 from Law. New move for Tekken 8. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2. Nice. Oh my god. This would have blown through the heat burst armor, but he did it just in time. He's -3 here. So technically Double could be fast enough, but he was respecting the third hit of the 2-1-4. Counter hit, standing 4 again. Strings. Strings. Low parry again. He really did download Double's like down jab habits. And this standing 4 hit natural. Whiff punish. Raef popping off. It's his home country of Saudi Arabia. He had to put up the win. That was super sick. And here, this is the crazy part, right? Like, he was landing these counter hit standing 4s, but here he just caught a raw sidestep, right? It didn't counter hit, but the raw sidestep wall splatted Law. So Double, or Raef was just so locked in on Double's habits. And this is what Double was mentioning. It felt like everything he did just wasn't working. Right? The down jab's getting low parried twice. The flip kicks whiffing. The string defense getting like broken down. It felt like Raef had done his research. And Raef is a player who will study hard with his fellow players to really download an opponent. So it makes total sense to me that Double felt so overwhelmed because Raef is an efficient studier. Now that was game 1 of the coaching debate, right? See that game. Pay attention to what comes back later. So, Chanel versus Raef, Alisa versus Jin, 2 of the strongest characters in Tekken 8 right now. Chanel ripping the forward 2-1 string right away. That is such an efficient choice. It's a very efficient choice for Alisa. This is to qualify into the next phase. Both players had won their initial match. Parry, but Alisa recovers in time. Full string from Raef. Again, he loves string offense. Heat smash. Crouching throw. Tons of damage.
Chanel. Very, very fast start here in this first round.
Yeah, and I like that Chanel is kind of amping it up to match Raef's speed. He's not trying to play the hyper slow Korean style, hyper safe. Instead, he's putting out threats right away, and jumping over the get up kick low is so nice. Down 4, sidestep 1-2. So confident in his decisions, and Raef not able to find a big hit, and Alisa is getting the initial first hit. That's so hard to deal with. Alisa's movement so good against Jin's attacks as well. Power crush. Running 2 into chainsaw stance. That is really, really good. Yep, like 1-3 from Jin is a move that most players will low parry, right? But Raef understands that in tournament pressure, it's less likely to be low parried, so he loves ripping it. Sidestep, launcher from the chainsaw stance. Forward 4. Now he's in chainsaw stance again. Sidestep. Forward 1. 3-0 for Chanel. Disgusting. How did he land this first hit? My timestamp was off. I apologize. Down 3 into the 1+2. Guaranteed follow-up. And look at that. It's an innocent safe mid, but the damage that Raef has taken is devastating for such a low stakes move, right? Nice conversion by Raef. Equalizing almost. But Alisa can blow you up for no reason, and he makes a fantastic read on the standing 4. Fantastic read. This should be a kill. Yes. Very, very nice. Wall awareness. Awareness of Chanel's mashing habits. This is Tekken 8. He made a great read to continue his offense and stay in control. Big whiff from the open, but hard to whiff punish unless you're really, really ready for Alisa to just do that. Chanel rips it one more time. Oh my goodness. Look at the chip. Even a normal hit is horrifying, right? Unless you find a heat engage, all that chip is really here to stay. Like, yes, he could heal, but Alisa has so much control with her movement and her quick pokes that you don't really get opportunities to poke her and heal like a normal character would, or like fighting against a normal character. Right, Raef trying to play a little slower. Chanel kind of chilling out a little bit, tries a hop kick in the open. Nice punish from Raef. That's what we want to see. Catching the sidestep with forward 2. Up forward 2. Sidestep button from the chainsaw stance. That's kind of like a preset action, the sidestep into the attack. Look at this. From this forward 1 hits twice. Forward 2, that's like a Steve combo. Okay. Heat smash just to gain some pressure, and up forward 2 fights right back. All that chip is gone. And that's right, Alisa was doing all that damage without the heat state. Down jab, that was really, really good to get under Raef's string offense. And then a back 1 to simply kill. Chanel just maximizing the reward he gets from Alisa and piecing apart his opponents with the small pokes as well. It's very efficient gameplay. It's so hard to fight against. Backdashing out of Jin's range and throwing the up forward 2s to challenge his gigantic Tekken. Nice. Oh, he didn't rip the whip punish. Playing out of range, so hard to get in. I might play some Alisa. You can hit confirm that string. The back 2. Nice. Jab. Full string. Doesn't take too much punishment for it. That's actually very worth it, I think. Good to attempt that because it could just straight up end the round or get close. Jin sidesteps Alisa's 1-2. Forward 2. Down 1. Uh-oh, he ripped the string, and Raef blocked the first hit. Oh, I don't know how that would have ended the game, or if that was the right ender. And then a power crush. It's just so hard to approach her. Look, yeah, Raef blocked, or wait. I lost my ability to speak. Yeah, Raef blocked the first hit and then tries to play the game and gets counter hit. Because Chanel had just done the first hit over and over and over again. And you want to challenge her because she could do first hit into chainsaw stance. But as you can see, if you challenge, you could just die. So Chanel advances to the qualified region, qualified area of the bracket. And Sephiblack versus Double is our first elimination match for Group G. Now, Double's confidence in this set is as strong as ever, right? So strong that he actually gets counter hit by the 1-2-2. But look at how he plays after this. How he plays after this is very impressive.
I love the way that Sephi's dancing with his dance partner, just stepping
that while standing 4 counter hit, very nice. Slide. Full confident slide. Low again. Nunchuck in the open, anti-airing Sephiblack slide. While standing 4 heat smash. Look at this. He just got all of that back. He got counter hit at the start of the round. He lost the first major interaction, and he just comes back to steamroll. First major interaction of that round. Right? Nice duck under the 4-1. Double, so aggressive, but what's so impressive about his gameplay is his defensive awareness is maintained while he's playing this aggressive. You ever play crazy in a ranked match and then you just get hit by like a snake edge because you weren't expecting it? Like, Double is able to maintain his defensive awareness while ripping this high-paced offense. Forward 2, sidestep, duck under the 1-2 while standing 1-2 wall slap punish. So impressive. But Sephiblack, after losing game 1, responds with an insanely confident game 2. Insanely confident game 2. Counter hit. He gets counter hit, tries to punch parry, right? Like high confidence in his next defensive read. While standing 3. Down forward 2, underneath Law's jab. This is hilarious. Look at that, underneath.
Wow, that went straight under his jab with the down forward.
That's cheap. That's why Shaheen's kind of so scary to fight, because like your jab, if it's evadable, like if he has one of those, wow, wall or guard break into the wall. If your jab is evadable, then he can just throw out a safe launcher, right? And it's horrifying when you're trying to go small Tekken for small Tekken with him. Huge heat engage here. Running mid. Mid again, right? He threatened the guard break early, so now he can just go mid over and over again, and Double's looking for the high. Punch parry, deletes gray health. There was no gray health to delete, but, you know, worth noting. Down jab to break the pressure, heat smash to build his own pressure, and orbital to catch Double, ducking again. 2-0 for Sephiblack. Sephiblack did not main Shaheen. In Tekken 7, he mained Miguel, who was not in this game. So for Sephiblack to make it to the World Cup and put on this level of gameplay is so impressive. And if you've ever met him, he is one of the nicest people on the planet, right? He is so chill. He's willing to play games with anybody. He's willing to give advice. I was at a combo breaker for Tekken 7. Nice block on the slide. And he Wow, sidestep heat engage. Sephi played, I think, 6 to 8 hours of casuals. We were sitting next to each other playing casuals, and I think he beat everybody for those 6 hours. I looked at his win streak, and it was like 60 or something. It was insane. Sephiblack on the ropes here. Raw hop kick over the low. Not even raw. That was at disadvantage. He hard read that low. Takes back all of the pressure. Mid, heat dash. Oh, dashes, but double didn't rip the 1-1-1 while standing 1-3-0 for Sephiblack. So a confident answer back from the player from Germany. Now, this match is one of the hardest for me to watch at the Esports World Cup. This game. And the reason is because after that close set, they start going really back and forth. Double wins round 1. And Sephiblack, I believe, wins round 2. No. Sephiblack goes down 2 rounds and then starts mounting a comeback, right? So double wins the first 2 rounds. And then this happens. You can look that Sephiblack is hands off the controller. After a 2-0 from double, we saw Sephiblack's adaptation ability in the last game. Suddenly his controller malfunctions. And it starts somewhere here. It starts somewhere here. Right? Look at this. He gets up backwards. And this throw goes unbroken. You can see Sephiblack's confusion. There's only one throw from that stance. So, and here he wakes up backwards. So from this point on, he's walking backwards. He eats the low. And he's confused. He thought he blocked low. Or maybe did something. That's okay. We go to the next game. Watch your eye on the player cam. And what I respect from Double here as a competitor is he just goes. Right? You're playing at the World Cup. You're fighting for your life. Don't hesitate. Just end the game. This is what you should do as a competitor. Right? 100% of the time. Don't slow down. This is what is necessary. However, it's so hard not to feel for Sephi, especially showing the strength of his adaptation from game 3 or from game 2. To go down like this is really frustrating for me to watch as a spectator. Apparently, his cable was too short or something and got disconnected from the setup. These stream setups often have very unconventional setups than what we're used to as tournament players. That was a really, really difficult match for me to watch, or game. So, shout out to Sephi. Very unfortunate to be eliminated in that way. Lots of respect to Double for kind of staying locked in as a competitor. I've had moments where my opponent has a malfunction, and I kind of second guess, like, should I take the game? Should I let them remake it? And as a competitor, I think it's important to take the game, right? It's these things happen. Both players are there to win. You have to do what you have to do. Now, this final set, I'm going to show the entire game. I'm going to show the entire set. This is Raef versus Double. This is the culmination of the kind of the coaching discussion I put out at the start of the video. If you've stayed around this long, please leave a like and a comment. Letting me know that you did. It really helps me out a lot. If you don't have anything to say, leave an emoji. That helps too. This set is evidence in favor of the no coaching argument. Now, you'll recall that Double kind of got pieced apart in the last game that they played. His down jabs kept getting low parried. He couldn't get past Raef's string offense. His retaliation kept getting blown up. And this looks like the continuation of that so far, right? This totally looks like the continuation of that. Let's keep watching, and we'll continue that discussion. Raef taking round 1. Wait, actually, no, I don't have to show the entirety of this. Yeah, no. We'll watch the entirety of this one time. It's hard to make these decisions because the runtimes of these videos get so long, but I think this is important to watch and really see how these players are interacting as much as possible. Back to down forward 2 counter hitting. Remember that Double is trying to catch you mashing, right? He's really aggressive with the slides, really aggressive with his mix-ups. So if you do a partial string, if he does a partial string and you try to mash out of it, he will try to blow you up for it. Nice. There's the throw. Broken. Power crush attempted. Punish. Electric. Heat dash off of the demon paw. Down 4. 1-2. 1-2 sidestep rage art is bold, but Raef was just blocking. No dice. 2-0 for Raef. Double seemingly grasping at straws seemingly grasping at straws for any kind of way to get Raef to take his damage. Well, it's starting to work. Down back 4 from Raef. Forward 4. Interrupted. Wow. Float with the jab. Going for maximum carry, trying to get to a wall, sacrificing as much damage as possible because it was a weird combo, and instead guaranteeing this really oppressive wall situation. Remember, Raef loves the dive kicks, the mid and the high one, to chip away and establish a lot of pressure. So it makes sense to go for the wall carry. Unfortunately, because his health sweep got blocked, it might not matter at all. Double's going to heat smash and get one last mix-up while standing 4. Very, very well played. 1, 2, 3. Wow, a little snipe from Raef. That's hard to do. 1+2 raw nunchuck. Wall combo. Boom. Not a slide. Just a full crouch down forward 3. Probably an error. Because the side swap there is advantageous to get the wall to Jin's back. 1-1-1 all the way on block. I love that. You can see that Raef is kind of building his strategy on challenging Double strings to stop his ability to form offense. And Double is counterattacking by doing a partial string and immediately ripping a high value move, right? If Raef challenges too slowly, then he gets blown up. That's why Raef is switching to 1-2, 1-2, 2-1, right? He's trying to keep it as quick as possible, so when he does challenge, he doesn't get blown up. Forward 2. Duck underneath the jab. Oh, Double is speeding up. This is really, really cool. Yeah, as MYK said, it's a lot of your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn, but that's because they're both trying to play so fast. Yep, now Raef is blocking the down forward 2s. Crucial heat burst. Down 2, no reaction. What a duck. Raef again, so confident on reading the lows and the highs that will get him the kill, and here he reads that Double will mash 1-1-1 to counter hit, right? Counter hit launch. He ducks the second hit and rips the while standing 2 with pure confidence. There was no hesitation in that. So that's how Raef wins game 1. And it's important for me, as both a player and a spectator, to note the confidence in both these players' gameplay, especially Doubles here. There's zero hesitation, there's zero fear of death, and it's just straight hands. Even when something goes wrong, they're still fighting. They're still fighting like to the bitter end. While standing 4, fake slide, down back 3, right? Double is doing everything he can to vary his offense in confusing ways, right? This situation here, the forward 2, there's a high, there's a mid, and then there's this delayed mid. Well, there's 2 highs. There's the high kick, the high punch that's part of his string, and then the delayed mid here. He's adding different layers to his string offense just to get Raef a bit more confused. Now, when he's confused, he can threaten a double extended slide. Slide, right? A double pump. I like that better. Heat smash puts Doubles back to the wall. Again, the dive kick pressure, the chip damage, the hell sweep. Back 2-1. Oh! Raef jumped back on that one, right? Double ducking the jab, ready for the string extension. Instead of going for the punish, which would not kill, he plays the slide. Oh, and maybe Raef thought he ducked it. Maybe he thought he was late, but that was a big reaction for one round. Breaking the knee lift throw. Down forward 2, catching a sidestep attack from Raef. Nice wall carry with forward 4. Sidestep 3. While standing 4. Now law pressure coming into play. Jin getting out of there with a couple up forward 2s, wall splat. Right? Despite that mishap from before, Raef is not slowing down his gameplay at all. And again, as a competitor, you have to respect it. That is so important. As a world-class competitor, you need to just keep going. 2-1-4 ripped. Double ripping his string extension. Counter hit launching Raef. Tornado already spent. Wow, that hurt. Up forward 3, trying to catch him, ducking! Rage Art! Up forward 3, Rage Art is fire. Law up forward 3, what is this move? This move is -8. This move was -8 on block. Right? If you jab him, the Rage Art doesn't come out. Actually, no, the Rage Art does come out. The Rage Art comes out by the exact frame. But he did sidestep 1+2 and die. Oh my god. That is so sick. That is so sick. Double finding some confidence in his offense again. 1+2, catching the sides of dash, low parry. Okay, nice. Raef mashing him out of this slide stance. That's important to challenge because Law is literally ducking in your face when he's about to slide. 2-1, all whiffs. Still pumping the slides. Uh-oh, Dragon Hammer gets heat bursted. Underneath the standing 4 with the slide. Youch! Power crush. Oh, he was out of range of the demon paw. Oh, he did it again! He did it again! 2 in a row? No way, man.
Just to keep himself in a range where he could quickly react.
And now he has heat. Running 3. Forward dash against the G. Oh, what a duck. Back dash rage art, so there's no chance of that missing. Look at this situation again. Look at this situation again. He did 1+2 on block, but it was so far away he knew Jin couldn't punish it. Jin would have to dash up and then attack. So we instant rage arts the dash up attack. So sick, but amazing composure from Raef to bring it back with his own rage art. Yeah, see, like he's like, calm down, calm down. Raef is so expressive. It's really fun to watch him play. 1-2, down 4. Okay, but Double finding these, sorry to rewind, Double's finding these slide opportunities after he gets hit or after a block. He gets hit, shrugs it off, and slides right away because he knows Raef is going to stagger his offense a little bit. Not the best punish on the launch punishable move, but even the best players mess up. It's because they're so focused on these other things. Like Double's trying to fix his attack timing, stay unpredictable, so the punishes will slip a little bit, just like there. Sidestep, 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 repositioning. Oh my god. Heat burst. Back 1-2, never finishing it yet. Oh, still not finishing it. There's a punish. 1-1-1 counter hit. Double is taking these decisive... Uh-oh. Ugly wall combo situation. Never mind. Good lord. Look at this. Double is taking action as soon as he gets hit because he knows Raef is going to move, right? He's going to move or attack on a slight delay. So this hits him. He instantly rips the 1-1-1. It's the same style of action that got him the rage arts, right? He would get a move would get blocked, he'd rage art. He would get hit, he would slide, right? Now, final game, elimination point for or elimination match for both players and qualification. Sidestep to the right, down forward 2. Nice combo. The blue spark is such a cool addition. Run up, low parry. Double is so feeling himself. Double is so feeling himself right now.
Oh, out of the air. Nice conversion. Didn't get the spike though.
Back 4 to home. Dragon Hammer as soon as Raef slows down. Sidestep 1+2. It's almost as if Double has nothing to lose with this style of gameplay, especially with the rage arts and everything. The way he switches between stance cancels and mashing and then taking action on Raef's block situation, so impressive. Remember he ate 2 decisive 2-on-4s at the wall. Well, he's like, there's no wall here. I'll challenge that 2-1 again. Counter hit. Counter hit again. 1-2, down forward 2. Oh, good sidestep from Raef to get around the 1-1 or the 1-2, whichever that was. Underneath the electric. Uh-oh, sidestepping down for 2. Raef is finding these sidesteps on the immediate timing, but then he gets hot kicked. Oh, this combo is fire. DSS 3. Dragon Cannon extension. It killed. It killed. What was that 1-2? I want to see. I forgot whether it was 1-2 or 1. Yeah, it was 1-1. Okay, anyways, sorry. That combo was so fire. Wow. Double has been a law main forever, right? So this optimization is always the coolest thing for me to see. The fact when characters have like unique identities and are kind of hard to just like spam because the game is a bit more complex, it's cool to see the character specialist shine. And I think Double is a great example of that on Law. Threatening a slide, getting a 4. Sidestep 1+2 gets interrupted. Low poke beats out the heat burst, but Jin is in heat still. Threatening slide from a distance. Run up nunchuck. Up forward 3 gets floated. Raef found a nice opportunity to attack instead of just defend. Double leaning away from the slides for 2 interactions and then sliding. He went mid, and then he's still willing to put in the slide. It's really hard to get a beat on what his offense is going to be. And Raef is kind of sitting there defending, and Double wins 3-0. From getting completely dismantled in the winner's side, Double finds an offensive flow that looks unbeatable. Remember that Raef looked unbeatable in the last set. Go back if you need to. Raef looked unbeatable against Double. And then in this set, Double completely changes it up, right? He found, like, for example, while standing 4, he tried to while standing 4, right? Slide threat, go mid. Slide threat, go mid. Slide threat, go low. Interact as soon as the block situation happens, right? Interact. Threatening slide, mid, right? He's completely unpredictable. And even with this float conversion, because he's in the air, it's all gray health, which is really nice. They're both out of heat now, both not in rage, so he can keep playing this game. While standing 4, slide. Raef cannot find a window to attack him. It's getting away from him. It's so unpredictable. Nice punish. But then threatening all these slides. It's so impressive. It's so impressive. And this is my initial pitch. Spoiler, we're going to do more videos on this. That games can be interesting with less coaching. You can see these adaptations because Double had the chance to beat Raef's study. If you've ever watched chess, and I know people compare me to Gotham Chess, which is very flattering, you'll know that Magnus Carlsen and Bobby Fischer and other players have complained about the amount of study that goes into chess. You get less interaction, you get a lot of preset sequences. I wouldn't call coaching the same thing, but you can see that Double here broke out against Raef's study. And without, I'm not saying that Raef depends on a coach, but without a second set of eyes for either player to help build the next layer of adaptations, you can see these players visually see what happens to them and come up with a solution on the fly. And I think with the right commentary, with the right analysis, that can be really exciting to watch too. So in this case, Double coming out on top, I believe, may have been a factor of the no coach policy here, because Raef, the games were close, right? And in game 1, you could see Raef's study really paid off. And everybody in this game studies with partners. Nobody in this game really studies alone, as far as, I'm aware. Without that outside set of calm eyes to really analyze, Double came out on top. It could have gone both ways. Double could have gotten coached in game 1. Right? That may have made a difference, but you can see, I think, most evidently the gap that happened. It looked so ugly game 1, and it looked so good game 2 for Double. So let me know what you think. I think it's a controversial topic for a good reason. There's a lot of stakes at hand. There's a lot of people who travel for a lot of money. You want to put forward the best competition you can. It's not against the rules to get coaching right now. So it's hard to say what is best. But I think there's room for discussion. Let me know what you think. Hope you enjoyed the video. Catch you in the next one. Peace.